Hi guys and welcome back to another video. Today I will be ranking all MCU movies. Yes, that's right, every one of them. All 37. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, these are just all my opinion. Don't forget to leave yours in the comments below. Plus there will be spoilers for like every movie here. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin. For me, in the last spot, I have Eternals. I just think is a movie with a heap of mistakes and like no saving features for it for me, personally. It's just the characters were far too similar to DC. I'm not sure if this is the same thing as the comics, but Marvel they really wanted to make it obvious. There's so many Superman references in the movie. It's pretty unbelievable. I just didn't find the humour that funny either. Plus, they set up so many characters and like half of them are killed or turn evil by the end of it. And the Eternals have not appeared since then, so it just feels like complete wasted potential. A pointless movie. What was the point in setting up all these characters when they've appeared in nothing else? Except one of them appeared in Marvel Zombies, I think it was Icarus. That's literally it. It was a really boring film to sit through. Yep, no redeeming qualities, I think, whatsoever. Eternals was also really confusing, as it keeps cutting back from the past to the present, and since the characters don't age, it's hard to tell when it switches. And next, in the 36th space, I'm pretty sure, is Thor Love and Thunder, which is a slightly better movie. At least the soundtrack's awesome, and this one loved me a good Guns N' Roses, and this actually introduced me to those songs, so that's a plus, I guess. But that could have really happened in any movie. And some of the action doesn't look too half bad, but apart from that, it's just a complete mess. The CGI looks horrible in some scenes, really terrible. Plus, they really just messed up the tone and humour of this movie and overcrowded it. I know so many people have already said that, but I don't care if I repeat it. Everyone's right. It's far too much humour in this movie. It doesn't land at all. Ragnarok balanced it perfectly with cool serious moments mixed with humour, but this one, it just completely falls on its face. I mean, Taika Waititi, sorry if I butchered that name, Taika Waititi nailed it with the first one, but I'm pretty sure he was just hoping for the best, and this time it definitely didn't work. The movie tries to say that they're really, really, really up-to-date and good by shoving in gay characters that have no reason to be there. And I'm not trying to be rude about that or anything. I'm just saying it felt pointless and just having it for the sake of it. That's the only thing Eternals does better than this. It has a gay character, but it doesn't feel forced. It's the same with Peacemaker. For this reason, it just felt like they were trying to be, oh, we're so cool and stuff, and it just didn't work. Also, Thor's girlfriend is just dying of cancer, and he's like making jokes the whole time. It's just a complete failure of a movie. Also, Gore the God Butcher, he's killing gods, right? But we don't get to see any of that cool stuff. We just get to hear about it in like a lore drop. Next on the list is Thor the Dark World, which is a slight improvement from the last Thor movie. You can tell this movie's bad when I can't remember anything about it, and it's not just me either. I don't know like a single person who could remember anything about this movie. The villain was really forgettable. The colour grading was gloomy and bad, and yeah, it's probably just the most forgettable MCU movie. I can't even remember what happens in it, like anything. Yeah, I don't think it done that much. It introduced one of the stones and killed off Thor's mum, but it just doesn't feel like it has a lasting impact on everyone or anyone. So yeah. And then my next pick is actually, I would say, a pretty controversial one. Fantastic Four: First Steps. I know a lot of people love this movie, but for me, it just wasn't all that good. Don't get me wrong, it was an improvement from fan Four Stick, but that's not really a high bar to beat. The movie had quite a lot of plot holes and took me out of it quite a lot. It was still an enjoyable movie, I guess, but it was probably the first MCU movie I felt really bored in. They lingered on things for too long and there wasn't really enough action in it. I've actually got a full review on my channel if you want to check that out after you're done with this video. But yeah, moving on to I think 34th place or 33rd place maybe, and it's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Maybe if the new Avengers movie was actually about Kang than it was meant to, then this movie would be a bit higher up because at least it added Kang. But without that, meaning that was pointless, it's got really nothing that's good about it. Don't get me wrong, Paul Rudd's great as always, and the cast is pretty good together, but apart from that, it's like not much. CGI continues to be bad again, a trend from the recent Marvel movies. It's just a pretty boring plot, not much. Like, it feels like a lot happens in it, but not much happens in it, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's not a very good movie. The other Ant-Man movies are much superior in my opinion. They didn't do anything for the MCU, and the humour wasn't as good as the other Ant-Man movies either. Next up, I have Captain Marvel, which, when I originally watched it, was pretty good. I think I might have seen it since then, and I don't know, it's just not as good. It feels a bit pointless, and also Nick Fury just glazes Captain Marvel and names the whole Avenger Initiative after her. I get it was important to establish these characters and the Skrulls and whatever, but pretty lackluster movie. And now, next on the list is The Marvels, which is a bit better, I guess. The sequel, if you want to call it that. Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, I forgot the name of the actor. Anyway, she's really good in that, and most of the characters are really good in it. It just feels like a movie being made for the sake of a movie. And under Thor: Dark World, apart from that, this is probably the most forgettable MCU movie in my opinion. I feel like no one's watched this and no one talks about the post-credit scene, but that did set up a lot for the future. But hey, if I was ranking post-credit scenes, this would get quite far. But since I'm not, I'm ranking the actual movies, this is why it gets a place. It does. And now, in the 30th spot, I have to go with The Incredible Hulk. You know, I actually don't hate this movie as much as other people, but it's still not that good a movie. Still quite boring, but not terrible. It just feels quite pointless now that Edward Norton was recast anyway, right after this film. He plays a pretty good Bruce Banner, but it's still not that good of a film. They lean into a wee bit of horror elements at the start, which is good, but then kind of drop it after that. Also, the Abomination's design was pretty terrible. I get he's kind of meant to look ugly, but yeah, took it to a new level. I much prefer the redesigned look of him. Now, in I believe the 29th spot, is the first Thor movie. Man, I feel bad for Thor. I mean, Thor Ragnarok is a lot higher on the list. You'll see that later in the video. But apart from that, all his movies are really low down. Apart from Thor Ragnarok, he's not really had that good a movie. It was pretty good. The first Thor movie, decent. It introduced the characters and stuff quite well, but it wasn't like an outstanding movie or anything. And I think that some of the effects was a bit not the best for now. Don't get me wrong, it's not as bad as they've started doing recently in Marvel, but it's not incredible either. Still an enjoyable film, but there's just a lot of better ones on here. Again, just because it's low on the list doesn't mean it's that bad a film, it just means there's better ones. Next up, we have Iron Man 2, which I believe is now in the 28th space. You know, I used to not really enjoy this movie. I mean, I have watched it again and it's better. It's not that bad a movie, but I just think the other Iron Man's ones are much better. Whiplash was a pretty good villain, although a bit underdeveloped. Yet for some reason they replace, his whipping factor and the thing that makes him unique to just copy the thing that they did in the first movie in the ending. Basically what I'm trying to say is it's another climax with a big giant robot fighting Iron Man. Yeah, they just completely rehashed it from the original film, and it doesn't really make sense. Like, why did they just give Whiplash that? I'm not really sure. I think the first movie did it much better. Yeah, both the villains are pretty underdeveloped too. Oh, I just forgotten the other guy's name, the guy who works at Hammer Industries. Oh, I've completely forgotten. But anyway, yeah, he's pretty underdeveloped too. Next up, we actually have Iron Man 3, which I think is definitely better than Iron Man 2. I'm not sure, I just like that they didn't have to use the big robot suit fighting him again, and they changed it up and it really seemed to work. Also, like, they got like a kid partner, so it was quite good. They have a good relationship. It's just not anything like amazing. Like, I don't think they've done that much for the MCU. I mean, it rounded off the trilogy pretty good. Next, in the 26th spot, is a more recent one, Captain America: Brave New World. This was quite a disappointment, coming off the back of 3 really good Captain America movies. Number 4 was quite a big disappointment. Although I don't hate it as much as other people do. I think it was still quite enjoyable. It just would have been better if they didn't spoil Red Hulk in the trailers, you know? That would have been much better. But I think it's still a good movie. I was waiting for there to be like another twist or something, but they just didn't have any. The CGI doesn't look that bad. Much better than like Love and Thunder and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and all these ones have been doing. The more recent ones was actually quite good CGI. It's still an enjoyable film. Next up, 25th spot, is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This is the same thing that happened. I rewatched this recently, and I actually quite enjoyed it a lot more. Although it's still not like a perfect movie or anything. I don't think this is as good as the original, not nearly. But still quite a good movie. Namor was a cool villain. And although the film was a bit generic, it was still quite enjoyable, you know? And pretty emotional, a good tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Next up, I have Black Widow. Which, can I just say, I did really enjoy seeing Natasha's family, and especially David Harbour, Red Guardian. He was hilarious. But again, some of the CGI looked kind of bad, especially with this big stunt that Black Widow's sister Yelena does. It looks pretty green screened in the background. You can tell it was fake. But yeah, this is also an enjoyable film. I know it's getting repetitive, but it's true. I don't like how they changed Taskmaster's backstory to make them like, not just because it's a girl, that's fine. But what I don't like is they made it just like a minion being used for someone. Someone forced them to do this stuff. I'm pretty sure that's not the case in the comics, so I don't know why they changed that. Still though, Taskmaster's design is really cool, and I love how she can like copy people's moves. I know it's from the comics, so it's not really this movie, but still, I think they translated it into this film really well. There wasn't that much stakes since you know Black Widow's not going to die, considering she literally shows up in later movies like Endgame, which are set after this. Still though, a good enough film. In 23rd place, I think this is definitely a controversial one, Doctor Strange. I know it's like halfway on the list, and a lot of people would probably put it higher. To me, this is the definition of a movie that's alright. I do really love some aspects of it, and I'm not so fond of others. But it's neither that good or that bad. The magic looks really cool in this, and the special effects are really great. Plus the story is really enjoyable. But I don't know, I just kind of prefer Doctor Strange too. And it might have not helped that I was younger when I watched this one, but then again, that was the case for a lot of these films, and I still liked a lot of the ones when I was younger, as much as I do now. But I just think that Doctor Strange, not bored, but was a bit like, took a while to get going in some spaces. Still a good movie though. So yeah, it took a while to get going. But anyway, next up in spot number 22, I have Ant-Man. Ant-Man, both the Ant-Man movies, oh wait, there's 3, well not the third one, but the first 2 Ant-Man movies are just silly fun, nothing more, nothing less. They're not fantastic movies, but they do a job, and they do well what they're meant to, make you laugh. Yeah, so 22 is Ant-Man, and then 21 I've got Ant-Man and the Wasp. I practically like them the same, I don't know, they're basically the same level of quality in my opinion. I do really like the hijinks. Plus, Ant-Man's friend is just hilarious. The guy that always says random stories, I forgot his name, is pretty funny. Not the best movies, but still good, silly movies. I'm talking about the first 2, by the way. As you remember, the third one was way lower on my list. But yeah, now it's number 20, which is Avengers Age of Ultron. The worst Avengers movie. I mean, not a terrible one, but definitely the worst out of the bunch. Ultron was a cool villain, and that was a really good part of the movie. I don't know, I just feel like this movie's lacking something that the other ones had. I can't quite place my finger on it, just some sort of feel. Also, the colour grading is quite grey, and I'm not sure why. You can definitely notice that after watching the other ones. But still, it's a really good film, especially the Hulkbuster versus Hulk scene. That was really cool. Number 19 is Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. I knew not much at all about this character before this movie, and this movie made me really like him. The action is so good. It takes me back to the days of Captain America Winter Soldier, that awesome action that I feel like it's been missing from the MCU lately, and that really helped it. It's just a shame we haven't seen Shang-Chi since then, at least so far, except in the Marvel Zombies show, but then again, that's not the mainline universe. Next up is Captain America the First Avenger in number 18. Yep, that's right, the first Captain America movie. I don't think I'm as big as this as other MCU fans, but I still do enjoy it. I'm just not the biggest fan of war movies. But I do think this one obviously stands apart, and it is quite a good story of Steve Rogers transforming from with a brave heart to a big strong man. Still a brave heart. Yep, and he has courage and stuff. It is a really good story. Red Skull was a bit of a forgettable villain, but he was good enough, I suppose. Yeah, I don't have that much to say for this movie. So I'm just going to move on to number 17, Iron Man. The movie that started it all. I know a lot of people have this way higher on their lists, I'm sure, but for me, I still do like this movie, but it's just not an amazing movie in the way that some of the other ones are, that you'll see later on in the video higher up the list. I do think it's quite a good origin story, and a cool way to start the universe. The effects look really good for 2008 as well, and the suits look awesome. Yeah, it's just not a perfect movie or anything. It's alright though, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. Sorry if I'm getting repetitive. Well, you try to make a video and talking about 37 different movies. Alright, now on to number 16, Deadpool and Wolverine, which is, in my opinion, the best Deadpool movie. And also people got annoyed of his tendency to break the fourth wall in this one, but I don't think it was that bad. I think it's still really funny. Who's your dialect coach? The Minions? Oh yeah, Gambit was really good in this movie too. Yeah, sorry for the spoiler by the way, but I did warn you at the start of the video. Yeah, all the characters are really cool in this one, the ones they brought back. I did think there'd be more multiverse stuff, but in a way I'm kind of glad it's not that much. It gives time to focus on Wolverine and Deadpool. You know, the people in the title. And it's so cool that we finally got Hugh Jackman wearing a comic accurate suit. I did get all the cameos spoiled for me, but I won't deduct points for that since it's not the movie's fault, it's my fault. Anyway, number 15, Guardians Volume 2. And even though I have put this as the worst Guardians film, it's definitely not bad by any means. Still a really great film. All the Guardians films are amazing, and they're all basically the same level. It is a really good twist in this one, which I didn't see coming. An enjoyable movie that'll tug at your heartstrings again, just like the first one and the third one. Yeah, just Guardians being Guardians, a really good movie. But next up, we have Thunderbolts / The New Avengers. Now this is probably one of the best movies the MCU has had since Endgame. I think there's only one more that's better than this, which you'll see later on in the video. But I think this is definitely the second best. It's just really incredible. I really do enjoy it. Thunderbolts. It's a really funny movie, and it made me really care about these misfit of characters. It's quite a shame that Taskmaster just gets killed off in the first 10 minutes. I mean, it was obvious, everyone knew it was happening. She was in barely any of the trailers, but she has a bit of wasted potential. I didn't think there was much point in killing one character, but I'm glad they killed no more because the rest are really good. especially like Red Guardian and Yelena. But all the characters work really well together. I just wish we could have seen more when the Sentry goes into like when Sentry makes people go into their own mind and see like traumatic events from their life. I wish we should have seen more of that from like all the Thunderbolt characters. But no, unfortunately, we didn't get to see all of them. Only, what was it again, Yelena, I believe, like a few others, but not all of them. Still though, a really incredible film. This is really good and just really shines light on mental health and how to deal with it and all this amazing stuff. Really strong film, quite a deep one. You know what? I originally had next Spider-Man Far From Home, but now I'm just thinking of it. I think actually, no, keep everything I just said about it. But I think I'm moving Thunderbolts up to 13 and swapping it with Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm just sorry guys, I've just had like a sudden change. But yeah, next up would have been Spider-Man Far From Home. But I've actually changed my mind. Sorry guys. Okay. So yeah, next would have been Spider-Man Far From Home. So let's just see what I like about that. That's actually 14. So sorry about that mess up on the order. I've just changed my mind. Anyway, Spider-Man Far From Home, which is now number 14, I believe, is a really good movie. And the illusion scenes look really cool as well. And just a pretty funny movie. I like seeing Spider-Man with all the cast of characters and stuff. I mean, it was pretty obvious if you're a comic fan that Quentin Beckham's hero was going to turn out to be evil, considering, he's literally a Spider-Man villain, that's his whole point. But for people that haven't read the comics, it must have been quite a cool surprise. Yeah, I don't have that much to say on this one. Anyway, number 12 would be Black Panther. Man, I used to not really like this one that much, but it also didn't help that I was really young when I watched it. But I watched it recently. Oh, it is actually a really good movie. It's got cool African tradition mixed with like technology. Perfect balance, a really good balance. Some people say that the final act CGI looks pretty bad, but I don't think it looks that bad. Especially earlier on in the movie, the CGI is looking really incredible too. It's weird how Marvel got worse CGI as it went on. But anyway, yeah, the first CGI is really good. And the music's incredible as well. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. And next, number 11, I have Captain America Winter Soldier. I've seen a lot of rankings where this is really high up, even somewhere it's the first or second. But I do really enjoy it, but I actually think the third Captain America movie is better. I still do really like this one. The action is incredible and it's got cool spy elements too. Plus a really good suit. I know it was a really good movie, I just think there is better ones than this. Although Winter Soldier also stole the show. He was really awesome as well. And Black Widow. There's a lot of cool characters here. But yeah, number 10, Spider-Man Homecoming. I just think this is a really good Spider-Man movie. Peter goes through a big growth here. Plus, Michael Keaton, a big character arc. Plus, Michael Keaton kills it as a Vulture. With an amazing twist that I didn't see coming. I know I spoiled a lot of movies, but just in case you haven't checked this one out for some reason, I won't spoil all the twists. It's really good. You should definitely watch this film. But also you should watch like all of these if you want, if you're an MCU fan, but you know what I mean. Number 9. Now this is definitely a controversial one. Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. Man, a lot of people don't like this at all, but I don't know, I just didn't see it. I get that the movie that was being teased was different, but in a way I like that. It's like not what you're expecting, and it's really good. I know people complain that there wasn't enough multiverse switching, but I don't know, I think it's fine. It gives time to develop the characters in the other universes, plus America Chavez, and a bit more into Doctor Strange. I mean, he doesn't really go on a growth in this movie. Oh no, maybe he does, I can't really remember. But either way, it's really cool. I love how they have horror elements, horror scenes, since it was directed by Sam Raimi, and I really loved it. He done a great job with them. And I like the aesthetic of each universe. It's really cool. But yep, number 8, Thor Ragnarok. Now this is where Taika Waititi perfected the mix of comedy and seriousness in the Thor movies. They're really good in this one. And yeah, the Hulk was great in it too, I miss Hulk. Now it's all like nerdy Hulk now. Smart Hulk, but I miss the good old days with Savage Hulk. Yeah, it just looks really good, the movie. And Thor is pretty hilarious in this. Yep, this is a really, really good one. Definitely the best Thor movie. At least Thor had one good movie. 7, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, like I said before, the Guardians of the Galaxy are just hilarious. James Gunn perfected, sorry, I messed up. The cast are perfect in this movie. James Gunn done such a good job. In a way, I'm sad that he's moved on to DC, but at the same time, I love DC too, but also it's good because any more Guardians movies might have been a bit too many anyway. I think they ended it with an amazing ending. And yeah, it's just a really good movie. All of the Guardians of the Galaxies are. All the cast bounce off each other so well. And the CGI looks really good as well. Number 6, I have the original Avengers movie. I don't know why, but I've seen a lot of people dislike this one in recent years, turn on this movie a bit, but I don't know, I've never seen that way. I've always really liked this movie. It's such a good idea having solo movies of each character in phase 1 just to build up to this big event where they all team up to fight a greater threat. I just really love that idea. Now, getting into the top 5. Number 5 is Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3. This is my favourite Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I just think it's really emotional and really strong. It was pretty sad, but it worked to his advantage as well. All the characters are, again, amazing. Probably the best ever. And I love how the focus is put on Rocket for once. The other movies were obviously all the characters, but mainly Star-Lord, I'm pretty sure, were the first 2. And if Rocket finally gets his chance in the starlight, I can't speak. Do you know what I'm trying to say? In the centre stage. But yep, number 4 is Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, as a common theme, a lot of people have also turned on this movie, but it's still a really good movie. Even the first half is still really incredible. You got to love it. Especially the cast, it just works really well together. And then, come on, this is your chance to skip ahead to this one. Spoiler warning. But, I can't believe it. They perfected it. Tobey Maguire and Andrew coming in, and it was just, the cast has worked so well together. I love their quippy comments about each other, the organic webbing, just to name one. And now suddenly everyone loves Andrew again after this movie, after not liking him before as much. And everyone's clamoring for the Amazing Spider-Man 3. This movie is just so cool, bringing all the villains back for one final showdown. Number 3, Captain America Civil War. This is just such a cool movie. All the heroes taking sides, being forced to fight one another. It's amazing. The comics are good too, but I think I prefer this movie. It works really well. And you really feel the conflict bouncing off the screen, especially when it's revealed that Bucky Barnes killed Iron Man's parents. It just hits so hard. A really, really good movie. It introduced a lot of cool characters like Spider-Man and Black Panther and Ant-Man. Or maybe it didn't introduce Ant-Man actually. Anyway, it's really good. And now, getting into the final 2. Number 2 is Avengers Infinity War. Look, sometimes it changes, whether it's Infinity War or Endgame. I could go either way on, but right now I think I'm just going to say Infinity War is second. They both are great movies, both 2 parts of one epic event. Everything the whole Infinity Saga was leading up to, and it really worked. Somehow they managed to balance so many characters in one movie without it feeling boring or too slow. They switch each group of characters, and it really works. It's just a really amazing film, and I did not see the ending coming. Probably the best ending in the whole of MCU history. And yeah, Endgame is just the same goes for that. Perfect send off. It was a pretty sad movie at the end, but it's just so good. Such an amazing payoff. Incredible. Plus, it gave us Fat Thor and Smart Hulk. And although I feel like Smart Hulk's getting a bit boring now, it was amazing and fresh then, as well as Fat Thor. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that ranking of every MCU movie. Sorry it was a bit of a longer one than usual, guys. Let me know if you liked this video. And yeah, if you enjoyed, please just don't forget to leave a like or subscribe. It would really help a lot. So yeah, thanks for watching. I've got some other videos on my channel too if you want to check that out. See ya.